For the Beaver Radio Network, I'm Kelly Schultz. Joining me from the BSU women's soccer team is Amanda Garvin, a freshman goalkeeper out of Claremont, California. First question, everybody probably asks you this. How did you end up at Bemidji State all the way from California?
That's a good question. Honestly, the school contacted me. I came. I actually didn't even get to visit the school. Yeah, everyone's like, oh my gosh, like, how'd you choose this out of California? And I just talked to the coaches. The coaches were super kind and friendly. Probably the most friendliest coaches I've ever met. The girls all seemed super nice, and I was like, it just felt like home. Like, everyone was just nice here, so Minnesota nice.
I love it. See, we're keeping up our standards. This being your first season of college soccer, how has the transition been from California soccer to Minnesota Division II soccer?
It was a big change, to be honest. High school isn't as competitive. Like, everyone wants to win, but here every girl is just in it for soccer, and they all love it so much, and it makes you like want to be like the best player you can be. So, yeah.
Your team came into this last weekend undefeated, 4-0. You played a number 8 team in Minnesota State. They're always tough.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you the tough question. You had a career high 9 saves. They had 19 shots, not on net, but 19 shots. Was that probably one of the toughest games you've played in?
Here, yes. They were pressuring us a lot, and our defense did really well for the most part, and unfortunately, yeah, they did get those 3 goals, but I thought we did pretty well.
Playing those tough teams is always hard. The next day, Sonia got a chance to play in net. You kind of got a break. Did you feel good about getting kind of that break after that big game and a tough loss?
I mean, yes and no. Like, it's nice to get the break, but you always want to get back and go and just come back and prove yourself more than the last game you played.
Well, your team came back. You defeated Concordia St. Paul. Obviously, a lot of defensive work because, again, your team was outshot. You mentioned the defense. How strong of a defense is your team this year, especially on the new turf?
The turf is making it a lot more difficult for us. It's a lot faster than our thick grass we have. Our defense works on shape constantly. I think they have gotten a lot better from like the beginning of this season, and I think they're just going to get even more better as the season progresses.
This weekend, another long road trip, headed to Sioux Falls and then on to Wayne in Nebraska. How do you prepare for a long road trip for yourself personally?
Long road trips are always hard because you get mentally out of it because the hours away and stuff. You just really have to stay focused, like make sure you do your homework, and just when you get closer, you gotta play your pump up music and get mentally prepared for the games.
As a freshman, I know I've asked one of your other teammates who's also a freshman in the first week after you guys had traveled all the way to St. Louis. What was it like on those long road trips, all the team bonding, and obviously you've learned a little bit about the dance parties, right?
Oh, yes, the dance parties. The bus trips are interesting. We play our pump-up music, everyone gets up and dance, and we have, like, freshmen get up and dance sometimes. Freshmen are a little shy. The upperclassmen are not shy. They will get up there and strut their moves, and it is the most funniest thing ever.
Okay, going back to the 2 teams that you're playing, how are you preparing for Sioux Falls, or for Augustana, and then for Wayne State? With it being such a short, you've got one day in between the 2 games, who do you prepare for first?
We prepare for our first game. Coach always says, like, what's our record? It's always 0-0. You just go one game at a time, and I think going into this, I feel pretty confident on our team, especially like just overall our defense is super strong, and I'm feeling pretty confident this weekend.
You girls are playing pretty well right now. How long have you been playing soccer?
I think probably since I was 6. You play like on those little rec teams, and as you get older, it gets more competitive. I've probably been playing club since probably 6th grade, so a long time.
And have you always wanted to be a goalkeeper?
No, actually, I was not a goalkeeper. I used to play midfield and like outside defense, and then a girl got hurt in our team, and she was a keeper, and I volunteered. I was like, what the hey? And I went in, and I ended up being pretty good. So now I'm keeper.
No looking back, right?
No.
Okay, so you've come to Bemidji State all the way from California. I see you're already in a sweatshirt and a scarf. And this is nothing. It's still warm out there. Are you ready for winter?
No. The girls tease me so much because we'll go outside and I'll be like in a sweatshirt and they're like, what are you wearing? They're like in t-shirts and shorts, and I'm like, I'm going to die when it comes to winter.
Well, we appreciate your time, Amanda. Good luck the rest of the way, and thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me.